of the U.S. Civil War, Abraham Lincoln changed. Abraham Lincoln did not want to abolish slavery. That is a fact. Abraham Lincoln really, really wanted to keep slavery intact. He just wanted to not have the federal government accommodate slavery. He felt that slavery was wrong, but he didn't want to mess with the South and their slave system. He just didn't want it to expand. And during his debates, during the Lincoln-Douglas debates, Lincoln said some pretty racist things. You know, he said, well, just because I'm against slavery doesn't mean I believe black people are equal, etc. He said some pretty racist things. But Lincoln took office, and the slaveholders took up guns and tried to overthrow the government. So Lincoln was forced to build a coalition with the abolitionists and with Harriet Tubman and with Frederick Douglass and with the labor unions. And in the process of building that coalition, Lincoln changed. Lincoln changed. Lincoln's views shifted. W.E.B. Du Bois, the great Marxist scholar, writes about this. And even though Lincoln came into office trying to hold off a civil war, trying to not abolish slavery, he was forced by historical conditions to actually abolish slavery. He was forced by historical conditions to align with slave revolution. None of this is anything that anyone on the far right would ever say, right? I just want to talk about this. The fact that he can sit there and hear me talking this way, talking about W.E.B. Du Bois and Lincoln and the coalition to abolish slavery and talk about all these things he hears me talking about. But somehow he just maintains that, nope, Caleb is secretly a member of the Ku Klux Klan. He's sig-heiling the white race and wanting to kill all Jews. I mean, he doesn't. I mean, is he this stupid? I mean, I'm giving the Marxist line on the Civil War. Go and read William Z. Foster's Outline Political History of the Americas. That's what they talk about. Go and read Black Reconstruction by W.E.B. Du Bois. That's what they talk about. Go and read The People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn. That's what they talk about. But the fact that he's sitting there hearing me espousing the Marxist history, I mean, does he not notice that the Confederacy is what the white supremacists support? White supremacists are going around defending Confederate monuments, Vaush, not Lincoln. White supremacists are going around saying that the Confederacy was good. They're going around arguing that somehow the Confederates are good and trying to defend their monuments. Did he sleep through that? Did he sleep through that? There we go. I'll write this down. All right. Now does attacking Tom. Anyway, we'll keep going. So he's watching me just go over the standard Marxist line on the Civil War, which is that Lincoln, despite his racist tendencies, was forced by material conditions to join arm in arm with a progressive movement led by Marxists to defeat slavery. With Harriet Tubman, with the labor movement, with others, that Karl Marx endorsed Lincoln. I'm going over all these historical facts from a clearly progressive perspective. And he's sitting there and, he's just decided, Caleb must be a white supremacist, even though I'm saying the standard Marxist interpretation of the U.S. Civil War. Like Frederick Douglass, to align with Marxists even, and have Joseph Weydemeyer, a Marxist part of be a leader of his military, have August Willich become a brigadier general in his army. Struggle changes people. It's material conditions that lead to...
Yeah, so basically what he's saying right now is that if you're a revolutionary or far left or a Marxist, that working with people who don't fully agree with you but are willing to work with you is a good idea.
Yep, that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying, and I'm right about that.
Then why is he against working with the Squad and with the Democratic Party, I wonder?
All right.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on, folks. Gotta pull up another picture. Why am I against working with the Squad and the Democratic Party? All right, hold on, folks. Hold on. Do you see that picture, folks? That is AOC. And you know who is in the far corner there? That's me. And that was before AOC was anybody. That was at a Bernie Sanders meetup. That was just after AOC had announced her candidacy, long before she'd won the primary. I was meeting with AOC at a bar in Brooklyn with other Bernie Sanders supporters. So I was not against the Squad. I was not against Bernie. In fact, I knew AOC before she was AOC, you fucking lying piece of shit. I have photo evidence of it. I knew AOC before she was AOC. So give me a break. Give me a break. Why doesn't he ever work with them? I tried to like AOC. And in fact, I even defended AOC long more than she deserved. I was an admirer of AOC. I knew people who worked in her campaign office. And you'll recall after she let us down on supporting the Bolivian coup, and after she let us down supporting Tibet separatism, and I've been to AOC's town hall meetings. I tried my hardest to like AOC, but she made it abundantly clear that she was pro-imperialist. And when Force the Vote got going, it became clear, that anyone who supported Jimmy Dore, the AOC crowd, were calling them Nazis, and how dare you ever if you actually want Medicare for all, the squad crowd was calling you a Nazi, and they support, hostility to Russia and China, and you couldn't support them anymore. But my record of supporting AOC and my record of supporting Bernie, quite long, folks, quite long. And in fact, while we're at it, so he says, I never supported AOC, right? We'll just show you again. That's me with AOC before she was AOC, at a Bernie Sanders meetup. I knew AOC long before he'd ever heard of her. I think I did support AOC. But while we're at it, why don't we talk about, we've got a video here. This is me when Bernie Sanders launched his campaign. Now, this is me when Bernie launched his campaign, in Brooklyn, when he launched his presidential campaign in 2020. This is where I was. And take a look at this. Folks, we're here outside of Brooklyn College. And we're going to talk to some Bernie Sanders supporters. What a day, huh? A lot of people. Why do you support Bernie Sanders?
Because, well, I think he's one of the few candidates that are taking on corporations. He's not taking on corporate cash, and that's pretty much it.
I support Bernie Sanders because the United States is in a huge crisis right now, and whoever tells themselves that it's not, is loony. We need changes to our education system. We need changes to our medical system. We need changes to our criminal system. We need changes to all kinds of things. And the most important word, and the thing that he brought up that this country needs right now more than ever, is justice on all fronts. Justice. And that's why I support Bernie Sanders for the United States 2020. We're going to make it happen. My generation and generations around us, we're going to make it happen this time. No jokes.
And what does socialism mean to you?
Socialism is just a blanket term. It's used to frighten us. It's used to frighten other people about becoming like Venezuela, becoming like Poland, becoming all kinds of things. But in the heart of hearts, socialism is the idea that people provide for the things that the people get from. We put into it and we get out from it. I am not saying I'm a socialist. I'm not saying that this is socialism. I'm saying that to everything there's layers. Corruption comes in many forms. It comes in capitalist forms and socialist forms and every kind of form. And if we can keep corruption out, that's what matters. Don't get caught up with the blanket terms.
I owe $80,000 in debt.
Yeah.
And
it's a rip-off. In most countries, it's free to go to college.
I don't even know how I'm going to pay it off, but I had to pay $80,000 just to get a normal job. By the time I'm done paying it, I'm going to be able to have to buy a house. It's pretty difficult to actually live on Long Island, especially in New York, having to pay property taxes, and then also have to pay off $80,000 just to be able to have like a decent living.
Yeah. And what does socialism mean to you?
Well, I believe it's also kind of misunderstood. He's not really, favoring a socialist government. He's favoring ideologies that basically means that society provides for things, including education and healthcare. Socialism is a society should be providing for itself, not specific individuals being able to benefit from our tax dollars, but us uniting and actually getting the money that we put in back.
I think this whole socialism, capitalism.
Anyway, yeah. So when he tells you that I never had anything to do, I was talking positive about AOC and Bernie much longer than they deserved it. I'll tell you that much. And when I didn't break with them until it became clear that they wanted to be our enemies. So he's just lying about that. He's lied to you so far. You've seen him lie and claim I never criticize capitalism. Lie. You've seen him lie and say that. You've seen him lie and say that I never supported any progressive movement. That's clearly a lie. I've shown you that I was part of Occupy Wall Street. I've shown you how my police brutality activism was so well respected and admired that the press had to comment on me in Cleveland. There were hit pieces, there were articles defending me, etc. I've showed you that he lied furthermore and claimed that somehow me supporting Lincoln and that me, opposing Western capitalism is somehow fascist, when actually fascists oppose Lincoln and support the Confederacy, and actually fascists tend to celebrate Western civilization. So, do you see how many times he's lied so far in this clip? I mean, why does anyone listen to this liar? I don't know why anyone does, but listen, I've got a super chat to write down, and then we'll get on with the rest of this because there's so many here. I mean, hey, Caleb, what do you think about Pico, California, and its relationship? I don't know anything about that, Michael. I can't answer you because I don't know anything about it. All right. Next question, or not next question, next clip. Continue, Vaush. Continue your lies.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm noticing a bit of a contradiction. If his argument here is that introducing left-leaning values into organizations with which we share some things in common, in Lincoln's case, the abolition of slavery, then why is he so fervently opposed to any kind of electoral or political support or coalition building with the largest liberal majority in the country, which does agree with us on at least some basic things, improve?
I just proved over and over and over again that I did give support to Bernie Sanders. I did give support to AOC.